What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Switch Bit. This is Huntin Them Games, the somewhat weekly show where I just go over all the games that I am adding to my collection and the great deals that I found. So stay tuned. We're going to do some GameStop Mail Call Part 2.
I'm just trying to find games for cheap. How much? $10. How about I give you 3? And that's just me. Tell me what you will. I get $100 game with the $5 bill. $5 bill, and I'm gonna get change. And I'll be talking about this deal on Huntin Them Games.
So if you watched my other video, there were some really good deals at GameStop. As buy 5, get 50% off of used games, $19.99 or less. There was also buy 2, get 2 free going on with the used games. So, of course, I took part in that. I got 2 packages, and then like a week later, I got 2 more packages. The games are all mixed up here and there. I can't even remember all the games that I got. I know I got some N64 games in there that I was really excited about. So we're just going to hop in here, open these packages up, and hopefully past Sam didn't disappoint present Sam on the game purchases he made. I buy so many games that sometimes it's hard to keep track. But anyways, we got the first box right here. Bam. Trusty knife. And we're going to pop this open. Ugh. All right, there we go. Well, almost. Okay, I see a Wii U game right off the bat, and I know what it is now that I see that. Splatoon. Love Splatoon. And I actually don't have this in my Wii U collection. I have about 70 games in my Wii U collection right now. So I'm never going to go for like the full-on perfect one. And I've had some of the rarer games, like Devil's Third, and I had Wii Sports Club, the physical edition of it. But Splatoon is just a game that I really like. Honestly, the single-player campaign in this game is worth this $10 price tag or more. Honestly, it's one of the best single-player campaigns from last generation, especially for a game like this. The way it culminated in the final battle, having to use everything that you learned throughout your whole single-player campaign is only 5 or 6 hours, but amazing. Really excited to play this. Splatoon, I put a couple hundred hours in at least. I enjoy Splatoon 2 on Switch a lot, but when this came out, it was so fresh and so new, and I just couldn't wait to play it every single day. And yeah, I'm excited to have this added to my collection. I think this was $9.99, but it was part of the buy 2, get 2 free. So, really good deal there. And I don't know why I have this. Why did I... Croc, Legend of the Gabos. I picked that up too, evidently. I used to have this sealed, and then I sold it for like 20 bucks sealed, I don't know, a few years ago. I don't have this for PS1. This is, if you haven't heard of Croc, it's, at the time N64 PlayStation 1 was out, there was a lot of games trying to copy, like the Crash Bandicoot and the Mario 64, the 3D, Spyro, you had all that. So there's a ton of different types of games basically in that vein. You had Glover, Croc, a bunch of others. So Croc was one of the ones that actually I remember being pretty fun. But I'm not really excited to have this in my collection, but I probably just had to pick a free game, honestly. And this was like one of the ones that popped up for free. That sounds more like it. And there's no case or anything to it, so I think I have a couple extra jewel cases. So not that exciting, but I kind of want to go back and play it with fresh eyes now and just see if I can even stand playing. Those PS1 games are rough. All the 3D ones. Okay, 2 N64 games. I'm not going to show you yet. So 2 N64 games, both amazing, but completely different. Blast Corps. I remember playing Blast Corps for the first time somewhat recently after the launch, I believe, of the N64. I played it. It's a rare game. A rareware game, and there's nothing like it at the time, and honestly I don't think there's been anything like it since. I think some indie games should kind of ape that style and go for it. If you know of any games like Blast Corps, let me know. It's just a destruction simulator, or you just run around destroying buildings as fast as you can in all these different areas. There's tons of unlockable vehicles, really bright, at the time I thought, were impressive graphics, explosions and multicolored, plumes of smoke and all this like really crazy music going on. Blast Corps, really excited to add this to my collection. I don't know why I don't have it already. And another one that I thought that I had because it is one of my favorite N64 games. No, not Mario 64, not Diddy Kong Racing, none of those. We're talking about Body Harvest. Body Harvest was actually made by a company that would wind up being what we know as Rockstar. I can't remember if it's Rockstar or North. The ones that make Grand Theft Auto, honestly. This is basically the preliminary game to 3D Grand Theft Auto. At the time, this was kind of there's a whole history of it. You can find on some of these YouTube channels, but there's a pretty rocky development history of Body Harvest. It was supposed to actually be made, I think, as part of a Dream Team game with Nintendo, with cooperation with Nintendo. But it has a lot of the things that you wind up seeing later in Grand Theft Auto 3 and some of the other 3D Grand Theft Autos. There's vehicles everywhere, mission-based structures, but this is it's more of a sci-fi kind of vibe. Really fun, cool game. If you haven't played it, I definitely suggest that you give it a try. If you can handle foggy games with muddy textures, and if you're watching this channel, you probably can. If you play N64 games, you probably can handle what this is throwing at you. You travel through different areas of time, or different there's like Greece, America in the 50s, like all these different, like, you're just transported to these crazy things. Aliens are invading, you have bugs, you know, all just really cool, cheesy sci-fi game. And I dig it. And I'm really happy I got that added to my N64 collection. Now I'm going to be on the lookout for Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Killer Instinct Gold. Those are two games that I really, really want on the N64. They're just hard to find really cheap, especially Mortal Kombat Trilogy. But in my opinion, it's one of the best Mortal Kombat games. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that. We got another... Uh-oh. Did UPS strike again? No, this is USPS, not UPS. See, they even have different... That was UPS, and this is the United States Postal Service, all coming from GameStop. I'll never get how they do it, honestly. So let's crack this one open. Oh, yep, right off the bat. Yes, okay. Let me open it all the way. Sorry to leave you in suspense, but a game I really, really want. Oh, another N64 game? Oh, yeah, okay. I don't understand why I don't have these games. I know I've sold a lot of my collection off in the past, here and there. No more. I'm not doing that again. I promise. I break promises sometimes. Perfect Dark. Oh, and it is good condition, too. Oh, my gosh. It's perfect condition. Pun. Perfect Dark. Amazing game. My GoldenEye is jacked. Now I need to see if I can get a good-looking GoldenEye from them. It's always... These are all really good N64, like, cases or covers. The art is perfect. There's no blemishes. Wonderful. Perfect Dark's an amazing game. What do I need to say about that game, man? Everybody who has an N64, if you haven't played it, what are you doing? That was pretty much my teenage years, was that. And I legit forgot that I bought this game. One of these I remember. They're both the third in a series. First one is... Oh, this is the one yep. Kingdom Hearts 3. I played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 2 back when I bought a PS2 for the first time, but I haven't really done much with that series at all. But my wife loves Disney, and I really want to get her into an RPG, and I think this might be the way to go. We actually started playing Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PS2, but it was just really blurry, long load times, and you know, she wasn't really digging it, you know, because of all the clunkiness of it. So hopefully we can get into this, because I just think she would really love it. I think I would really love it. If you played Kingdom Hearts 3, let me know what you think. Were you disappointed with it? Is it a good place to start in this series? Because that's kind of essentially what I'll be doing. And it fell out again. All right, one more game I'm adding to my collection. It's a game I haven't played, and I feel kind of guilty about that, honestly, because Dark Souls 1. Well, let's go back even further. Demon Souls, which came in my last unboxing from GameStop. I was able to get that. Loved that game. That game really surprised me. I just bought it on a whim the day it came out, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Dark Souls surpassed it. I mean, I still have the affinity for Demon Souls. It's still my favorite in the series. But, I mean, honestly, Dark Souls with the interconnected world and all the different stuff you could do with the online, it really did surpass it as a game, you know, nostalgia aside. And then Dark Souls 2 came out, and I played it, but it really lacked a lot of what made Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls so special. Even though I put a couple hundred hours into it, I never finished, and that kind of got me I guess a little bummed out on the series. So when Dark Souls 3 came out, I didn't get it. I didn't have a whole lot of time at that time in my life to put into it anyways, because I know those games really suck up my time. I love just battling people online and leveling up in the Dark Souls games. But I was able to get this for, I think it's essentially free. It's probably part of the buy two get two free, or very, very cheap. And this is a game that I've really wanted. So Dark Souls 3 for the PlayStation 4, the Fire Fades Edition. So I don't know what that means, if there is anything to that, but I heard that Dark Souls 3 was more of a return to form to like Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls, like levels of quality, and kind of steered away from the pitfalls that people saw, because I wasn't the only person that was discouraged after Dark Souls 2. So I'm really excited to play Dark Souls 3, to give it a try, and hopefully I can play with my brother Hakuta Knight. If you don't know, now you know. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. So we got Dark Souls 3, we got Kingdom Hearts 3, we got Perfect Dark, Croc, Legend of the Gobos, Splatoon, and bam, Blast Core. Amazing game. Hey, play this if you haven't, please. It's really cool. And Body Harvest. All really, really good condition coming from GameStop. So that's great. I'm really excited to add these to my collection. I'm going to go put them in my Game Eye app before I forget about it. And I got to figure out what I'm going to play now. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of video, like, subscribe, hit the ding dong notification so you can get all my videos sent to your phone or whatever. And like always, happy hunting, everybody.